Hey everybody, welcome to another week of the Nerd Herders. My name is Nick.
I'm Rich.
And today, we're the Over a Beer channel like we are every day.
Yeah.
So we're starting off the week the same way we always do. What do?
Drinking a beer.
Drinking a beer. Over a beer. That's why we call it that. So what are we drinking this week?
We're drinking Starburst Wheat from Sagittarius Brewing Co. Is there a story on this one? There's no story on this one.
Oh, son of a...
But we had something from Sagittarius not too long ago, I think.
I don't know if we did, but I know that we have another one upcoming. Or we might have, I don't know, maybe we just really like their beers right now. Because there's another one coming up soon.
I feel like we had one. I don't remember what it was, though.
Let us know in the comments if you remember.
Yeah. So there's no story, but there's a pair of lips with a star on his tongue. Maybe he's dropping acid. Or maybe that's the Starburst.
It's a very 70s look there.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of like a Kurt Vonnegut cover.
Hoppy wheat beer with a zing.
The zing.
Made in Michigan. All right, well, let's see how this is. Cheers.
Cheers. I like it.
I don't know.
It's not, I think we've gone a few weeks in a row with pretty strong beers.
Mm-hmm.
The last maybe 3.
Yeah.
It's definitely a lighter beer than we've had in a while, for sure. I don't mind it. I always like a good wheat beer.
See, wheat beers are kind of hit and miss for me. But I don't think the wheat taste isn't too strong. The hops in it are kind of...
We're at an impasse
here.
It's okay. It's nothing to write home about, much like the rest of this week of episodes might be.
Wow.
No, I think we have a good week lined up. But we're still, we always start off the week with news.
Yeah.
And we're still kind of in this start of the year kind of lack of news that we've had. That's all going to change. Actually, it's all changed for them as they're watching this.
Yeah.
But as we're recording this in the past, we have yet to see the Nintendo Switch reveal, so we won't be talking about that today.
But it may go up later this week.
It would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for later in the week to see our thoughts on Nintendo. But this is the movie.
Maybe way later in the week, like tail end.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. But you can always check our Twitter accounts for what we thought.
Yeah, because we'll both be. We'll have live tweeted.
Yes, but
the conference.
You can go back in time and look at that at us. But what are we going to talk about this week?
Talking about movie news.
Yeah.
Talking about TV news.
Ooh,
more so.
Well, actually, unclear.
Okay. Talking about the Coen Brothers.
Yes.
Got that one right. I'm 2 for 3.
We are going to talk about the Coen Brothers. So in loose, I'll get the exact story, but in loose terms, what are we talking about?
The story that I saw, and I didn't read all of the article, but the Coen Brothers are getting to develop a TV show, a Western for television.
Yep. I'm excited. Their first foray into television, but there is actually still talk that I know that they're before, because we're well prepared here.
Yeah.
I could have had this ready. I actually looked at the story and I was like, I should open that so it's ready for the show, but then I didn't. Here it is. It's called The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. I know that they've teamed with Megan Ellison, who is this rich lady who greenlights a lot of awesome stuff. Recently is teaming to produce this with the Coens. But there is still some discussion that elements of this, maybe the first 2-hour episode or something, could potentially still be theatrical. Like a theatrical lead into the rest of it or something.
That'd be cool.
Those lines. They said the plan is very similar to the original plan that Ron Howard and Brian Grazer had for the Dark Tower stuff. I was going to
say, this sounds like a...
Yeah, which is not happening anymore. Originally, Dark Tower was supposed to be like a trilogy of movies with like HBO TV series in between that would fill in the other books. That's not happening now. Now it's just one movie until it's successful or not.
I hope it's good. I really hope that.
We'll see. But this is really interesting. The Coen Brothers doing a Western, which they have recently done.
Yeah.
They did the True Grit remake, which I really liked. And yet have never really felt like revisiting. Never been compelled to since I saw it in theaters, but I really liked it when I saw it. So that's good source material. Them doing some sort of long form storytelling, no matter how this pans out, it's probably going to be like a 10-hour thing,
Yeah.
6 to 10-hour thing. That's really exciting. Because they're awesome. We love the Coen Brothers. I wasn't a huge fan of Hail Caesar. Like I said,
I liked
I'm
it a
hit or
lot.
miss. I usually really dig them when they aren't doing comedy, which we've talked about before. This doesn't sound like it would be that kind of a project. I think Blazing Saddles has that covered, and they know it. Which you just saw.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, it wasn't the first time I saw it, but I agree.
Right. But I have to wonder if their interest in doing this has been spurred by seeing how successfully and creatively satisfying one of their previous movies, Fargo, was developed into a TV show. Because it's great. And I wonder if that kind of opened their eyes more to, a lot can be done here.
Probably a mix between that and just a lot of these strong television shows that we've gotten that are really rich creatively in storytelling and pushing the boundaries of what we typically thought of TV like storytelling could be.
Yeah.
We had Westworld and Stranger Things and
so much. I mean, and the interesting thing about all this is you might be hearing, all right, Coen Brothers TV show, where is this going to be? There is nowhere yet.
Yeah.
They're developing this with a production company and Megan Ellison, and then it will be shopped to presumably networks, probably like AMC, HBO, Showtime, and then I'm sure Netflix would be very interested in working with them and some other outlets like that, Hulu.
I could see it
whoever
going
gets
in,
this is instantly high profile.
because they're producers of some kind on Fargo, aren't they?
They're executive producers
So
because they came up with the characters.
Sure, I'd be curious if FX would be the first
Certainly
place
possible.
they would go. Because like Tom Hardy just launched his new show.
Yes, Taboo. Did you watch it?
I haven't watched it yet.
Wonder how it is. I DVR'd it.
Yeah, I did too. I haven't had time to check it out. I'm curious about the premiere, the 2-hour movie, like if it'll feel like its own self-contained movie, or if it'll feel like a 2-hour pilot, like how they're going to structure, especially if it's released theatrically, and that was always a concern too of the Dark Tower stuff. It's like, here, you saw the movie, and now we're going to kind of leave you on this sort of cliffhanger to go watch the show.
Yeah.
But the Dark Tower was a little bit different because you could have each movie would be its own book, so there would be a natural arc and conclusion to each one. This I'm curious to see how they'll.
Just for some more clarity, which kind of potentially answers just a little bit of this. It says that it's going to be. They describe it as an event anthology. That's how the Coens that will weave together 6 different storylines. Their idea was too big to be contained in a single feature film, so Annapurna is pursuing a combined TV theatrical release. Exactly how that project will be broken up remains unclear. So if it's weaving together 6 different storylines, maybe one of the more theatrical storylines, maybe that will be the feature, or maybe there'll be multiple features and they'll be weaved together through television. It's all incredibly unclear.
Yeah, and this was just announced today that we're recording this. It's exciting.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. It's always very interesting to see filmmakers that we enjoy delve into these types of things.
And we're seeing more and more. Did you watch Woody Allen's
No.
Amazon? Okay,
I don't know anyone who did. Honestly, that seemed to come and go, but I would be interested to see it.
Yeah,
for sure. There's some other really interesting filmmakers that have some upcoming stuff like that. I just don't remember what they were at the moment. But that's the news. The Coen Brothers doing some sort of television work is certainly something that we consider newsworthy.
Yeah.
So what do you think of that? What do you think of just the idea of something being cross film and television? I'd like to know, like, how, because the closest that I think we've ever come to seeing that is when the X-Files, the first film, came out and bridged the gap between seasons 5 and 6 as they aired. Like, it came out over the summer in between the two.
And we get a little bit of that, or have gotten a little bit of that with the Marvel
Slightly,
stuff too.
Yeah. True. Presumably, this would be more than that, but maybe not. Yeah. So let us know in the comments or tweet at us. I'm at Stonks.
I'm at Rich Belson. The channel's on Twitter at OABeer_official. We're on Facebook at Facebook.com/overbeer and Instagram at over_A_beer. Stay tuned for later this week. If you're interested in video games, we'll be talking about Nintendo's big Switch presentation, reveal, whatever, all the details they're going to drop for us. Check that out. And again, find us on Twitter, Facebook, and again, youtube.com/overbeer. Do you have something else you'd like to get right now?
No.
Okay, cool. That'll wrap things up for today then. So until next time, drink up.
And butter me up.